Can you believe it? Everyone, hello. We are on episode 3 of Two Chicks with Tips. I cannot believe it. Can you, Tony, believe it?
I can absolutely not believe that this is our third episode already. So
Yes.
excited.
So exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my co-host, Tony Perriott, and we are here today with an exciting fun episode about nail history and nail trivia. So you can stump your clients and your friends the next time you guys are just hanging out with all of your new nail knowledge. So let's take it back to Tony. Can you take it back to ancient China and tell us how all of this nail fun started?
All right. So, interesting facts. While I was researching into the history of polish, and the most amazing thing is that it dates back 3000 BCE. So when you really think about it, like around 600 BCE during the Zhou dynasty, the royal house preferred colors like silver and gold. So basically, if you were a royal, you were allowed to wear it. Okay. So it was
Okay.
definitely like a hierarchy type situation. So fun fact about that is that these polishes were made from beeswax, egg whites, and gelatin. Could you even imagine that being a
No, I
thing?
cannot imagine. I think like I probably know that's why I love nails, right? It's because I was probably like royalty in a past life and I was already wearing it. But I,
Clearly,
but I can't possibly even imagine having someone have to mix that up from like egg whites and, beeswax and stuff. That sounds not fun. So I'm so glad we live in today's modern age where we can have like, brand new coatings. So,
well, not
and
only that, but all we have to do is literally like,
right, put
put it
hands.
on,
It's dry. Thank you, shellac.
right?
And then the French manicure came along, right? And the French manicure came along. It's very popular, still very popular today. In the 1930s, Max Factor invented that combination of the white tip with the pink base. But it wasn't until the 70s that Jeff Pink, who is the founder of Orly, actually termed the coin French manicure. So that's where we get the term the French manicure is from. Jeff Orly, or excuse me, Jeff Pink in the 70s. And at C&D, when we started to create different colored powders, and then we had the white powder and the pink powder, we then also coined the term forever French, where you would have that French look in your enhancement and have that forever French look to it. So very exciting. And then on down the road, we had acrylics, right? So then acrylic came out, liquid and powder, and liquid and powder actually started from the dental industry. So I think that's a pretty common fact. People know that acrylic started with the dental industry, but I think that what people don't realize is that it was actually in 1954 that a dentist by the name of Frederick Slack broke his nail while he was working one day, and he decided to use the dental acrylic to fix it. And then that's how acrylic nails started. Shout out to one of my students, Jennifer. She was saying that when she worked as a dental assistant, before she started doing nails, she heard that back in the day that the dental assistants would use the dental acrylic to kind of like do their nails and stuff like that. And then that's how it kind of like rolled into it's becoming a whole industry with liquid and powder nails. So
I love that. And another fun fact about liquid and powder is that C&D's founder, Dr. Stuart Nordstrom, was a dentist. And he started playing around with this whole idea that some of his techs were talking about, like, oh, that smells like something that they use at the nail salon. So he kind of took that into his garage and tinkered around with it until he came up with solar nail, which we know today as retention. And he gave it to who is our co-founder, Jan Arnold, and said, this is my legacy to you. Take it and grow with it, right? So here we are 45 years later, leader in the
Here we
industry.
are,
Killing it.
45 years later. Yeah. Started in a garage, that little garage in California, and now the awesome company that is C&D. It's fantastic. So,
So, which is really awesome because now, as everything evolves, we move forward and we are introduced to so many different things like after that liquid and powder piece and your traditional lacquer. So, Gina, tell us about gel.
yes, what about gel? So, gel was actually invented, the whole technology was developed by a man by the name of, hold on, I gotta my old eyes have to put this up. James Giuliano. So James Giuliano was a makeup artist, and he was actually tasked by the Navy to help create prosthetics for wounded soldiers. While he was working on different coatings to coat the prosthetics, a drop of the coating fell on his nail. So he was working on a prosthetic eye, and a drop of the coating that he was using to coat this prosthetic eye fell on his nail, and he couldn't get it off. And then he was like, okay, wait, maybe there's something here. So that led to James creating the first UV gel system and bringing it to market in 1982. So that is when the UV gel system, as we kind of know it, was first invented. And then it really started to take off in the 90s. And the 90s is when the gel system really started to take off because then all the different nail manufacturers were manufacturing their own lights to go with their own UV gel systems. But here's a fun fact, which I think is crazy. The first UV nail lamp that James Giuliano invented cost $500.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
1982.
That's nuts. Nobody was
Isn't
buying that.
that crazy?
Nobody
So
was buying that.
I know. So it's interesting to look back on the history of where our industry has been. And it's also curious to see where our industry is going. It's so because it's great to see obviously our nail lamps don't cost $500 anymore. Thank goodness. So, but it's like, what's next? What's next for the future?
I know. You sit there and you think about it because honestly, in 2010, the industry changed again with shellac,
Yeah.
and then flexi gel. And it's just like there's just so many different things that you can offer your guests, and definitely having all of those options available to you is wonderful. You never know who's going to sit at your table and share that time with you and what their nail needs will be.
Exactly. So maybe, who knows, in the future with 3D printing technology, who knows where that's going to take us. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. So viewer, please tell us what you think the future is going to look like for our nail industry. And also tell us what your favorite fun fact is about nails. Share your fun fact about nails. We would love to hear it. And make sure that you follow us on Instagram and subscribe to us on YouTube. We love hearing from you. We love your comments. And thank you so much again for joining us on another episode of Two Chicks with Tips. We shall see you soon.
Bye.